Welcome to the 100 Master Coaches series featuring master coaches from around the world. Let's journey together on this 100 Master Coaches series with your host, Coach Mel, MCC. Today's master coach is Lin Tan. Her mission is to work with people to make a difference in their circles through leadership coaching, as well as training coaches from all over the world under her coach training school Collective Change Institute. Now on to the show.
Wow, welcome to the 100 Master Coaches. I'm Coach Mel, and today I have a wonderful guest from Singapore. She is Lin Tan. Everybody give her a big hand. Woohoo!
Hello.
Welcome.
Hi, everybody. Hi. Thanks, Mel. Happy to be here.
Thank you for saying yes to be on the show. And it's just great that we're doing this because, as you asked, why am I doing this before in our pre-show? Is I just want to honor all the wonderful master coaches that have come. And they come a long way, actually, as you know, to reach that level, but not just reach that level for themselves. They continue to bring that standard up. They continue to give their best. And that's why I'm doing this show. So welcome again, Lin.
Good work, Mel. Thank you for doing this.
Thank you. So the first question for you, Lin, is tell us about your coaching story. Now, how did it all begin for you?
Wow. Mel, how long do I have? It's been 14 years.
Take your time.
How did it all begin? Okay, so I was 19 when I first came across, so I'm really lucky, okay, 19. At the time, most of the people were probably in their 40s, 50s, where they got the privilege of working with a coach.
Yeah, 19. Are you sure?
19.
Wow, you were at uni or something like that? I don't know.
Yeah, so I just finished my diploma in fashion design, completely different. And I was struggling so bad with starting my own business, my own label. That was like my dream. It's the only thing I knew I wanted to do. But yet I spent 6 months procrastinating.
Okay.
And I thought, wait, so something in me woke up, right? I thought, maybe is there something wrong with me? Why is it that I love something so much I can't do anything about it? And then my sis said, hey, I just worked with a coach. Maybe you can consider. So that's kind of how it started. Yeah.
So you worked with a coach. That means at 19, you hired a coach.
Yes.
And the coach helped you through understanding that your call is to become a coach, or what's that about?
So I went in wanting to, I guess, set up my business, right? Find out what's wrong with me. Yikes. So on the surface, I'm fine, right? I'm strong, I'm capable.
Of course you are. Look at everything.
Yeah, but underneath that is where all that, crap lies. And it was driving my life. I didn't know. So the conversation with my coach got me to look at what's really behind the procrastination, which linked to fear. There was a lot of fear driving me, and it was a fear of failure.
Okay.
And the failure had a particular chant. It would tell me over and over again, if you're going to fail, why even start?
Yeah.
And if everything from business to hobbies to things I want to do for myself, never did. So when I came out of coaching, it was almost like turning my eyeballs, like, washing it, putting it back in. And suddenly life looked different. But that's where coaching ends, right? It changes your perspectives. You got to do something about it.
That's right.
I did. And the whole impact of coaching kind of got me to think, this is what I want to do for other people. This works. Mel, it works.
Definitely works.
Yeah, you know that.
Look at you. Look at you. Not just other people, but just look at you. It worked. And it shows you it worked because you've been at it at 14 years now or more.
More.
Yeah. So obviously it's worked. And obviously you've impacted thousands along the way. There you go.
And Mel, I don't know whether you experienced something similar, but I remember very clearly when I was a teenager in school, I always wanted to help friends. But the only thing I could do was to lend them a shoulder to cry on. Literally, this memory of A friend crying on my shoulder
Yeah.
because she had family problems and I couldn't do anything. So that helplessness is also what fused with the impact of coaching that I experienced to then go, this really works for people. I got to become good at it. And that set off the whole journey.
You know, I have a similar experience with that, Lin, and that was shared by one of my mentor coaches. We met up and she said this, she asked the question, do you know where coaches come from? And it's a big question, right? It's like, do you know where coaches? And I was like, they come from coaching schools, you know, the kind of dumb answer. She says they come from their insecurities. I'm like, wow, it's so true, isn't it? The things that held us back became the catalyst and the jumping board, right? It's like it's the board that takes us to that next level, and it also helps us resonate with the same people that may have struggled the same struggles that we have gone through. And that is why we are out there helping the next, but ultimately also helping us. Yeah. So that was a powerful story when I heard about it. Yeah.
That's a very beautiful way of seeing it. But to add on now, I think something in you has to awaken. Right? You got to know that, like, we can feel that deficiency or that lack and continue choosing to live life from that.
Yeah.
Or you can awaken to it one day and go, no, this is not how I want to live.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That decision is so important. Just like how you made it in those days after your coaching, that decision needs to be made. And my next question is about your first 5 years. We all have our first 5 years of a little bit of struggles and a bit of wins, obviously. Tell us about that first 5 years of your journey as a coach.
Wow, struggles is an understatement. I think first 5 years, there's a lot of struggles. And that's where you're presented with so many moments of, should I continue? Make or break moments where you lose faith, where you go, actually, I'm not as good as I think. And the next day you coach somebody, you go like, oh, damn, I'm really good. And then the next day you coach somebody, you go, oh, I'm crap. Oh, and then so this belief in self is, But I think if you would ask me what I recall, sitting on the floors, like back then, at least in Singapore, there weren't many formal training. And this is back in 2004. Yeah. So I got coached. Then the natural thing is to learn through osmosis. What did my coach do with me? What's my coach in action? Do it on somebody else. And a lot of figuring out, a lot of testing, trying. But what's important is maybe the gift of it at that time, because there wasn't so much formal training, is that we understood the essence of coaching. Yeah. And the clients who came to us knew that, what they bought into was this, who we were and the change that they wanted, and that relationship, that pure intent that we are here to champion you. I'm here to champion you. I will do my best. I will stand by you. I will not let you back down from your greatness. And so then the skills kind of follow, right? So I think that's the magic of the first 5 years.
Wow. So it's a few things, as you mentioned, right? It's like watching, doing, seeing what works, seeing what doesn't work, and still continuing. Did I kind of catch that correctly?
Yes.
Wonderful.
But I guess also what I want to share that maybe many coaches can relate to is the external environment. So, at least for me, making that choice to choose coaching as a career or as a life work or calling, I had to abandon everything that I had built up in the past. So my diploma, I guess my parents' expectations of where I'm going, my friends' expectations of who I was or who I am. Yeah. And because going through or walking the coaching journey, even as a coach and being coached at the same time, you change.
Absolutely.
And sometimes people can't accept that change.
That's a good one. Yeah.
Like, it was quite extreme, right? Friends would think, oh my God, you're in a cult. Like, why did your family kill you tonight? Why did you all these things?
Yeah, correct.
I had to make so I'm somebody who's quite, I'm an extrovert, right? In the typical sense of I like being people, people's perception of me is important. I want to do
Yeah.
things to please people, and I had to cut all that from
Mm.
myself.
Mm.
So those both the external forces, but also the internal forces that kept
Wow.
challenging.
Wow. Wow.
The
Let's go
struggle.
just a little bit deeper. How was that cutting that from yourself? Because you just touched in cutting those things that you would tend to lean on before, right? For all
Good way
those
of
things,
putting it.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah. How was that? Just being able to cut that for yourself.
It took a lot of courage
Mm.
because I had to stop being who I had been for the last 20 years.
Yeah.
But it was also easy because I knew that this was it. Whether you want to call it passion, mission, calling, purpose, resonance, so many ways to describe that integrated feeling, that dum, that your soul kind of feels.
I like that. I like that sound. I resonate with that because I'm kinesthetic, boom, when you did that, I'm like, oh, I got that.
Yes. At the soul level. And so it's easier. Yeah.
And that made it easier when you heard that or you felt that. Got it. You said an important word there, the courage, right? So I'm going to ask the question about the courage.
Okay.
What is that bravest step or act that you have done as a coach?
Mel, I don't think there's a bravest.
Okay.
I think the journey has been a series of brave moments.
Nice.
I'll give you some examples when, so like my parents' acceptance of what I do is important.
Yes.
So that was very difficult for me. That was one, and that's ongoing, right? It lasted about 5 years or so before they began to accept it. That's one. The other one is facing clients, because at 19 or 20, let's say by the time I started training, you imagine that most of my clients all of my clients are older than me, and majority of them are double my age. And so the constant thing I always got, surprisingly, even up to now it's not so bad because I'm an AMCC, but every client, Lin, you're so much younger than me. What gives you the right to coach me? How can you coach me? You're not married, you don't have a leadership position. And you just have to like hold on to your tooth and just stick with it. And there's no way you can back out. There's no way you can back out. So the lesson there is, Mel, always put yourself in a situation you can't back out. The only way forward is to grow and be bigger than who you are.
That's right. That's beautiful. That is so beautiful. Being braver than you actually are.
Yes.
And stepping into that brave zone when you're perhaps not even 100% ready, but being able to walk in that. And that is beautiful, Lin. Beautiful.
Nice way of putting it.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. So over the last, is it 14 years, 15 years for you? What is it?
So say 2005, about 15 to 16 years.
Okay. Amazing. That's actually the exact time I started as well.
Oh,
it's so funny. Yeah. Oh, wow. Tell us, what would be your 3 insights, right? 3 insights over these last 15 years.
Okay, so the first one is follow that doom feeling. So again, passion or
passion, follow that.
What you believe in. And even if the people around you don't believe in it, even if it's a bit of a non-conformist view, pursue it. Because number one, there are people in the world who have that same thing. They may not have the courage to do.
Yeah.
Somebody needs to step forward and lead it and be that voice.
Yeah.
All right. Number two, the only way you're going to get good at something in your life is to do something you believe in and that you love. Because then you'll find ways to get good, to stand out, to share. And that's how the money or the reputation or whatever rolls in.
Mm.
So the first one is follow that doom.
Yeah.
The second one is to put yourself in places where you are challenged, to chase that discomfort,
Okay.
right? And everybody has a different threshold for that. But it's important to ask yourself, am I doing something that calls on me to become bigger, to face my fears, break my
Okay.
limitations? When was the last time I did that?
Mm.
Is there something worth doing in my life that propels me forward and upwards and bigger?
Yeah,
Because that's the only way that we grow.
that's right.
The third thing
Beautiful.
is, I think through my coaching journey, is to learn to be compassionate. Well, I don't think you can deliberately learn to be compassionate. I think the journey kind of instills that compassion in you, because when you listen to people's stories, you realize that on the surface, it's very easy to judge. Why does this person appear like that? Why do they behave this way? But actually, when you unfold their history, their upbringing,
Yeah.
it makes so much sense. Like, you really understand
Yeah.
why they're like that and why they're stuck being that way. And so I think it helps not only the person heal when somebody completely accepts that's who they are, and that gives them the chance to change, to let go of that and change. But it also heals us as coaches. And compassion just expands our view and our heart space for people, and it changes the way we lead, the way we are a spouse, a sibling, a child, a parent. Because so much in this world is relationships, and if we can unlock that, it's just more love.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm about to say, has that compassion flowed into the other relationships in your life?
Yes, parenting is really tough now. I don't know what's more difficult, parenting or coaching. What do you think in your experience?
I can't say so loud. Everyone's, because of lockdown, they're at home somewhere in the house.
Okay,
So
just say coaching then.
Yes, you know the answer. It is. It's true.
Parenting is tough. But I think coaching has changed the way that it's not changed. I mean, I started off as coach and then I became a parent. So it's easy for me to attempt to transfer that compassion to the way I be with my kids. I don't see them as kids. I don't see myself as an authority.
Yeah.
I have heart talks with my daughter as often as every night, and just try to understand her point of view. Okay, so I must share this with you. So a couple of nights ago, my husband and I were going through with her some behaviors. Okay, so what we would say, our behavioral expectations. Oh, if you do these things, that's fantastic, right? That's a good behavior. And then to try to make it fair, because I'm a coach, right? So I go, okay, does mommy or daddy do anything that is naughty?
That's so funny.
I thought, okay, I'm doing the coaching parenting thing.
Okay.
But you know what she said? You know what she asked me back? Said, well, what do you think, mommy?
Oh wow. She became the coach. She's like, over to you.
Exactly, 3.5 years old.
She is amazing. Osmosis, remember?
Osmosis. And
just learning.
I was pregnant with them when I was coaching. So maybe they...
Absolutely. They will become wonderful coaches.
I hope so. So it's an even level that I think the compassion has helped to build.
Yeah. Oh, wow. So, Lin, if you had a chance to do it all over again, what would you do differently?
I would charge higher fees much earlier on in my career.
Earlier on in your career. I was about to say earlier on. Yeah.
Yes.
Wow. Okay.
I guess that's the only thing I would tweak. I mean, I don't regret that necessarily, but to answer the question, that would be that. And that's because back to what we talked about earlier, where we do things like what the thing about your mentor said, coaches come from a lack. And so because I was so passionate about making a difference and contributing, I was always uncomfortable charging. And I know a lot of coaches also feel that same way. And so I held back a lot. but that affected my finances.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that would be the only thing I would tweak. But otherwise, the journey has made me who I am today. So it's a bit. Yeah.
I'm just asking, is that the value? Is that linked to the value that you give yourself? And that's why we feel like, oh my gosh, I can only ask so much from someone. Is that linked to that?
Yes, you're right. Like and also because when you coach people, there's an instant gratification. And you see the light on your clients' faces, they leave going, wow, thank you, Lin. And then because of it, thank you, like that closes it. And then how do you then go, okay, pay? There's always that clash.
I see. Okay.
Yeah. So back to that story about motherhood. That's why motherhood was it was a catalyst behind me going, nope, sorry, no time for all these free things, no time, to just coach out of like feeling good about myself. I have mouths to feed now. Hello. Give me some moolah. So that was it.
And give you what you're worth as well.
What my time is worth.
Yeah.
It's difficult. It's difficult to say what I'm worth. Oh God, revealing a lot there. But it's more like what my kid is worth. I can be spending 1 hour with my child, building their future, using my energy to develop them. So it's between the pricelessness of an hour with my child and an hour with you.
It's true. And it's valuable both sides, right? It's obviously valuable both sides. It's priceless both sides. And then we've got to also choose as coaches when we draw the line to say how much is enough, right?
Yeah.
That's so amazing. With the changing of tides and how we're moving in the fast-paced world that we live in, here comes the next question, Lin. In your mind's eye, what do you see the future of coaching looking like?
I first must say, Mel, and you probably have seen this as well. The industry has made exponential leaps in the last couple of years. It's amazing.
Yeah.
And the times today are very different from the past. I think today there's a lot of education about what coaching is, and there's a lot of opportunity in becoming a coach. So let's talk about the training schools. We both have training schools. And there's just more and more. Every year you hear of new training schools being set up. It's not a bad thing. So what it actually does is that it gives people more options. It speeds up the training technology. And because like what you're doing now, we are more connected. Okay, trainers can sort of share ideas. I do that with some of my trainer peers. How do we across schools? What system do you use? How do you integrate the PCC markers? What's your structure? And so we all learn faster. So number one, I think that people are going to learn coaching much faster. Like in the past, in our times, it took a coach about an average of 3 years to become an ACC. Now I have students killing themselves if they don't see their ACC in a year. Right? So it's become that fast paced.
I agree.
So training technology, people are getting trained faster, people are leveling up faster. And I'm dead sure ICF is going to have to think about what's beyond MCC. Okay. The second thing is technology. Technology is helping. So I think there's more integration with whether it's platforms for coaching businesses, AI, that can sort of be pseudo coaches. I think that's going to speed up the rate of coaching uptake, but also speed up the rate of which, how do I say this? I guess it's gonna make coaches really think hard about what they're doing, and whether they're really good at what they're doing, and whether they can put themselves out there and offer a value proposition that people are willing to pay for. Because at the very base level, AI is going to be able to take over very basic coaching.
I understand. And that's That's aligned with one of the interviews I did with another master coach, and this is what she said: is if every year this stadium is filled with coaches, right? Next year it will still be filled with coaches, but that small amount will be the ones that stayed from the year before. So what that means is that there will constantly be that shift, right? And that quickening, as you're saying, right? Because it's getting faster and faster. And then there is that stability power as well, that whole, I've got the perseverance to take it on over the next X number of years. And so, and that's why I do this, right? Because I want to also congratulate every master coach that has come, because there are rigor. There's a lot of years that you put in, but it's going to get faster. I agree with you.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
If you have this one master wisdom that you want to leave for budding coaches, what would that be, Lin?
To be very clear about why you are doing this. I guess to what we've just mentioned, nowadays you're gonna have coaches who jump on the bandwagon because it's sexy or it's supposed to be good. You can earn a lot of money.
Yeah.
And then these are the people who are gonna fall out fast. And the journey is tough because it's not only about putting yourself out there.
Yeah.
How do you, whether it's becoming better at what you do, standing out against the, amongst the crowd, but it's also how you deal with yourself. So, I know a lot of coaches who rush to their PCC. And because it's much easier to get clients now and get trained, you have people who are PCCs in 2 years now. Okay. But then the jump between PCC and MCC is huge. And it's not only in your coaching skills, it's in who you are as a person.
Yeah.
And if you don't come from the right place, firstly, people are going to know that.
Yeah.
And secondly, you're not going to last it because you have to be very clear about what you're doing this for. And that is the anchor that's going to see you through the storms and the sunny days and the storms and the sunny days and that perpetuating cycle.
Yeah. You are tempting me to ask you that question, even though you've kind of answered it, which is, who are you doing it for, Lin?
Wow. Mel, this is an MCC question. There are no faces. I'm doing it for people I don't even know.
That's beautiful.
This is the reason why I don't do one-to-one life coaching anymore. I do leadership coaching, limited. What I love doing is training coaches or training leaders in coaching skills because I want to make a difference to the people who can and want to make a difference to other people. So I believe in that ripple effect. If I work with you and I can develop you to become a change catalyst, there's so many more lives that this person can touch. And I don't need to know who those people are. I just need to know that it's rippling. That's all. That's what I'm doing it for.
That's so beautiful. I'll share with you because you have shared this deepness within you. My mission, one of it, is to equip 10,000 coaches so that they go out with that ripple effect impacting 10 million.
Oh, wow.
I know I can't do that on my own.
Yeah.
I know I need all these people along the way that you are training, that I am training, that we are training to go out there. I'm getting that whole
me too.
feeling.
The tum feeling, your tum feeling. And now this is where I want to say it's important. Well, I guess at this level, that's where we need to, you need to collaborate. You no longer can see other coaches or other schools necessarily as competitors. You may not agree with everything that they do. But because if you want to reach that 10 million, you cannot do it alone. You said it. You need to work with other coaches, collaborate, bring them on as trainers, risk them, risk fears of, oh, will they steal my IP? Will they sort of run away with my business? You got to get through all that because the vision is so much bigger.
Absolutely. Beautiful. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. So much. Last question already. For the viewers, and they can be from leaders of companies, entrepreneurs that follow me and you. What is that powerful question that you want to leave behind for them?
Well, okay, we've talked about, I think one of the threads or the themes in this conversation so far has been around greatness, stepping in, being in a position or stepping into a greater space to expand yourself.
Yeah.
So based on that, my question to the listeners and the viewers would be, what is the one thing that is stopping you from being that greater self?
Wow.
What is the one thing that's stopping you from being your greater self? That's my question.
And I'm just thinking, reflecting for my answer too. And that's
I'm
so
very
beautiful.
tempted to ask you what you're...
No.
but we'll take that offline.
Wow, Lin. I am so thankful we've had this conversation. I'm so thankful that you're a wonderful guest on the 100 Master Coaches series. Before we go, I'm going to give you this chance to plug away. Tell us how people can connect with you.
Okay. So you can find my community on Facebook. We have a closed Facebook group. It's only for coaches, but coaches from anywhere. So you go to Facebook and you can look for Our Coaching Space. One word,
wow.
Our Coaching Space.
Our Coaching Space. All right.
It is a space for coaches to do inner work, to source themselves, because we often work hard, we train hard for our clients, but who's sourcing us? So it's a space for that.
Beautiful. Nice.
Otherwise, my organization has, we're on LinkedIn. Just look for Collective Change Institute.
Thank you. Collective Change Institute. And Lin, it's been a pleasure, really, really. We've had so much laughs and so much deep thoughts from you. This has been 100 Master Coaches series. This is Coach Mel signing off with Lin. And catch you on the next series. Goodbye for now.
Thank you, Mel. Goodbye.
You have been watching the 100 Master Coaches series with your host, Coach Mel, MCC. Brought to you by Catalyst Coach. www.catalystcoach.live. We will be right back with our next Master Coach on the 100 Master Coaches series.